It's the same. It's the basis of superstition. We have to do everything the same way because if we vary from the ritual, we're going to get fucked up, right? Yeah.
Check, check, 1, 2. Greetings, everyone. Here we are at the playoffs. Once again, round 2. Here we go. I'll just let you know that I'm going to be chiming in from time to time. Do my best to do a little commentary for you. That being said, I do have responsibilities here as the commish, too. So I'll do what I can to make it entertaining for you all. All right, if you notice, we got a little fancy little scoreboard at the bottom now. The developer of our scoring app has been tweaking our scoreboard for us to make it a little bit more user-friendly and viewer-friendly. So we'll see if we could dress it up a little bit better. Maybe make it a little brighter or whatever. I'm limited to what I could do with it myself without having the programming skills myself. So we're getting there. So sit tight. The players are just practicing a little bit more, and we'll be underway shortly. All right. See you in a bit. Excuse me, folks. Just to let you know that we're having a little bit of an issue with the scorekeeper. The developer is behind the scenes working on it. So hopefully soon we'll get that working. So I didn't want to hold up the players because I didn't want them to get frustrated. They're ready to go. So we'll have it ready to go soon, hopefully. Thanks for your patience. All right. All right, folks. It looks like we're back in action. We got the score up. The developer fixed it in a jiffy. I'm gonna have to work with him a little bit as far as what I have to do on my end each week, because I'm really not a programmer. So we'll have to come up with an easy fix for me. So, all right, I'm gonna check out for a little bit, do my stuff here. I'll be back in a little bit, and enjoy the show. All right, thanks. Okay, gentlemen, I'm back. Just doing a few things. So, just wanted to point out a few things with the new score bar. We added a few features on here. You'll notice that you'll see the player's name on the left, and you'll say shooting underneath of it. So this way you know which player is which, and that'll be for the people that don't know the players. Also, just to the right of that will be his high run for the match. And if he's currently on a high run, that will change as he's performing it, as you can see here. And the reason why it doesn't update at ball to ball because it's waiting for him to enter it. Once he's done, before he racks, he'll enter his score. Just to the right of that, it'll say how many balls he needs to go. So prior to this rack, he needed 163 balls. And at that point, he was on a run of 0. Again, once he updates, that'll switch over because I'm not sure where he is in the run itself. So likewise to John, he needs 69 balls because he's going to a score of 75. Which is built into the handicap on his score on the right. So he started at 100 and he's going to 175. So I'm guessing the high run will update once he finally misses. Once the run ends, I'm guessing that those other numbers will update. Again, I guess I'll have to talk to the developer of that and see how that's supposed to work. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the streams. Like I said last week, we're trying to make things a little better for you guys at home. Try to build interest in the game and interest in the league. Hopefully, players want to get involved. So right now he'll shoot that 8 ball and he'll go into the back of the rack, and he's got 2 insurance balls coming back to the bottom right hand pocket. You should hit that 1 ball full. Kind of glanced it there on the left side, that's why he traveled up table. If he shoots this ball pocket speed into the side pocket, the cue ball will just float down into those 4 balls acting as a cushion. But he chose not to do that. I didn't even see that he had that available. I actually just sent the message over to the developer. I'm sorry if I'm chiming in and out, trying to get this nipped in the bud. Being that he's at his computer now, I want to try and keep him there. work out the kinks. Everyone at home hear me okay? Just send me a message or jump in on the chat. I can see the chat here on my laptop, so you guys see an issue, just shoot me a message. Looks like he's saving that 14 as the break. He's going to have to cut this ball on the side, and he's going to go 2 rails. Oh, he's actually going to save one of those 2 balls as a break ball in the middle of the table. It's a good choice. Oh, I see. John actually, my bad. John Walsh must have missed, and it's John Chisholm at the table. Sorry guys, once again, just going back and forth with the developer here. I think you want to play this ball on the rail, then that 12 ball, and then come up and maybe shoot that 11 and go into the cluster and have insurance both ways. I'm just not sure if that 11 will pass the 8. Almost missed that, trying to hold the ball. Gets himself on the rail there. Nothing special here, just make the ball. Seems we often try to do more than can be expected out of the shot when we shoot from the rail, and we often miss the shot as a result. So try and keep it simple. Just a level stroke. Sometimes what actually happens is the cue ball jumps up off the ball, so you want to keep your weight forward a little bit on the shaft. Unless you have one of those cue weights, the shaft weights that you can put on there that Pat Fleming came out with years ago. He's got the 8 ball as a key ball and that 1 ball sitting there waiting to be used as the break shot. Just get off the rail a little bit, make it a little easier for himself. He could actually shoot the 8 now and then play the 15 coming back at him. John's a great player. He could change gears at any point. He'll start a rack, play a nice tight position, but at any moment he could just shift it into second gear and come with a shot. Current score of 110 John Chisholm and 45 to John Walsh. Once again, they're playing to a score of 175. John Chisholm had a 100 ball spot in the beginning that's already built in. I want you to look at this. If he shoots this 14 and he goes off the bottom rail and into those balls, he's going to ride that angle. There was an angle going to the left, and you got to look for that. It comes up a lot, and you could actually ride that angle off the balls. If any of you know Tony Robles, and I'm sure you do, he speaks to that in his seminars that he gives, his clinics. I believe he calls it riding the wave. Sometimes the balls actually form a curl, and when you go into a curl of balls like that, the cue ball will bounce off of like every ball and just follow the path. So you got to be aware of that when you're going to enter balls like that to see where that path takes you. Sometimes it'll take you right towards a pocket and you'll scratch off it. He's going to get at those remaining 5 balls with retaining a break ball here. He's going to choose to do that with, looks like the 5 ball just to the right of that cluster. You don't want to do it with the 9 ball at a time like this, because you're just going to push those balls towards your break ball and cause a lot of traffic over there. You always look to break away from other balls if you can. Kind of lost the cue ball a little bit there. So maybe he'll just slide up table and shoot that strike ball back down to the right pocket over here on the bottom, like so. Okay, he's gonna do it right. Shoot the 9 right now, because he has insurance with that ball in the middle of the table. Didn't need it, but he had it as an option. Still has 2 balls stuck together. There's a little bit of a problem. He can address that with the 8 ball. Or maybe that 6 ball goes. Just a lot of spin. Yeah. It's tough, especially when the balls are clean. They don't grip, and you can't really throw those balls as much as you think you can. You kind of use the whole pocket there. John Chisholm sporting one of our league shirts there. We're currently working on a new design for our Volume 2 shirts, as we'll call them. We're working with Elvis over at In the Box Clothing Apparel, Pill Apparel. He's a busy guy. Hard to lock down, but he'll get it done. Hopefully this season we'll get the next new shirt. Is my sound okay? Any of my critics out there, is my sound okay? Let me text a few people and see what we got. Someone's telling me the sound is a little bit loud. Let me see here. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. How's that, any better? How about the music? Do you hear the music in the background? I got the green light. Sound is good. Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna take a minute to mention our sponsors. This season we had the Massey Apparel. We also had, of course, Bayshore Billiards. We have In the Box Apparel. Also, Jacoby Custom Cues, who's one of my sponsors, but I just put them there to give them honorable mention for me. There's In the Box Apparel, Sportswear. We also have McDaniel Electric, Motor Repair. There's myself, the commish. And we should have shortstop on pool. Congrats again, Bob Keller, for finally breaking through and getting the 200 ball run. He ran a 206. Straight Pool Deluxe scoring app. That's for the iPad. Worth checking out. Great, great product. And Scenic Isle Landscape Design. Very big landscape company here on Long Island. All right, back to the game. Looks like they're trading safeties. Got a little bit of a cluster there in the middle of the table. Right in the rack area. Not sure if anything goes. Maybe that 8. Where is that, the 8? No, that's aiming high. I was looking at the 8-13 there to the corner. You'll have to excuse me too. I'm a little bit colorblind, so it's hard for me calling the shots sometimes. Little disclaimer there. Good safety, get him on the rail, make it tough for him. Now he's getting a little deep here. He has to shoot up table now, and there's some free balls going in that direction, so he's got to be real careful. Did he call something there? Is he shooting that ball in the side pocket? He did, and he missed it. He made it real easy for John. He created the break ball for him and everything. I think John played him into that. What do you guys think? John said he doesn't play traps, but I think he does. Seems like every ball there in the middle of the table can be used as a key ball, so just shoot them as you see fit. He's going to shoot that ball in the right side pocket, then play the 8. And then slide over for the 9 over to the right, and then play the 1 as the key ball. Draw back. Play for the 9 in the top right pocket. Just slide over to the 3rd diamond, little right hand spin, and Straight in on the 1 for the side pocket. Looks like he didn't come down enough, but I think he can hold this ball. He might choose not to, so he doesn't miss the shot trying to hold it, but maybe he goes 2 rails behind the ball out to the middle of the 2 or 3 rails. Yeah, looks he tried to flatten it out, and maybe it didn't act like he thought it would. He's still got a shot. He could cut this ball into the top left pocket and have the cue ball go into the rack to break. Currently, the score is 121 to John Chisholm, 62 John. Again, John started with a spot, 100 ball spot, John C. So he's only made 21 balls on his own. John's made 62. John's slowly nibbling away at the handicap. Nice shot. There's one of our sponsors walking over to me right now. We're calling Gordano. What's up, kid? It's like a little home theater over here, huh? I think he's going to warp this ball into the back. Good shot. It's a little tree topped, but not really sure how he's going to address this. He could shoot that ball going up table. Looks like the 12 ball. Could shoot that next. Just got to watch he doesn't foul here, because we do play foul on all balls in the North Division. Once we do get to the finals in 2 weeks, since each side plays by different rules as far as the fouls, they will play what rules their division observes. So, like a South Division player wouldn't have to worry about touching a ball with his shirt or anything else. They don't play with that rule. At some point, I might switch them over. Well, most of us feel that the game should be played clean. He'll go back up and he'll run into those 2 balls, the 1 ball and the 8. Very good. Maybe shoot the 8 in the side now since he's jacked up over that 1. He'll shoot the ball, the top ball on those 2 balls there. You could shoot that. Draw back, play the 1 in the bottom left-hand corner, and leave that 4 ball there as a key to the key ball with the 15 that sets you up on the 10 ball. Not sure if he has an angle here. I might actually draw back a little bit off this and play the 9 ball and then come 2 rails behind the 1. He chose different. That 1 ball, I don't like that 1 ball now. It's kind of like stuck in La La Land. He'll probably shoot this ball, then the 15, and then the 9 as the key ball, wrap 2 rails behind the break ball out to the middle of the table. I don't know if he's going to try and kill this ball. Okay, he had enough angle to do that. I'd be a little cautious because the tables are still sliding a little bit. The ball's not acting like it should off the rail like that. Nice job. Okay, the run in the middle of the scoreboard there. John's currently on a run of 21 balls, and that is updating every time he updates it himself. Coming before he racks, he hits the update button. Pretty soon we'll have an AI that's going to do it for us. Just kidding. But it's a dream. I could dream. Okay, so John needs 99 more ball, actually 98 now, and John Chisholm needs 54. I just won one. Thank you. I'm on a diet, remember? Gotta be good. Can't turn down a French fry, folks. I bet you can all guess who's eating. One of these days I'll get around to resizing all of my logos. It's a little crazy watching them. They're all different sizes. Kind of hard to watch. One of these days I'll have time and I'll be able to do that. It's a real good shot. He's going to shoot the 8. Follow down probably about a foot, and then he shoots the 6 ball into the side, rolls forward to have the break shot on the 7 ball. Oh my. Hit that ball real fat. Okay. Current score is John Chisholm 123. John Walsh 88. John needs 87 more balls. And John Chisholm needs 52 more balls. Nice try. Gonna watch that scratch. Thought that was gonna get away from him there. I don't know if that was deliberately or he mishit it. Good return safety. We got any sitting ducks in there? Any dead ones? I see John at times is a little bit ambidextrous there. He shot that opposite handed. He looked pretty comfortable in doing so. It's something to this day, I still can't do. I look like a contortionist when I'm trying to do it. was just chatting there for a second. Uh-oh. Down the tunnel. How did that phrase go? Kojak in the subway, I think they used to say. I don't know why he's shooting this first. I would shoot the ball in the side pocket. Okay, John's moving right along there. He should elect to shoot this. I think it's the 3 ball just to the side of that cluster. Can't really save it at this point. You just gotta hope you get something better. You know, maybe that 9 ball is a good break shot. It's just that the key ball is not really in the greatest spot for it. The ball just above there, you'd have to shoot that up top or in the side pocket. Looks like you would have like a third of the pocket to shoot at. Lost the cue ball there. He's working hard. Working hard. I don't know what he was thinking there. I think I would have opted to shoot the 14 and then come back up off the bottom rail and straight up and shoot both of those balls and off of one of them get over for the 9 balls to break. I think he's just trying to make whatever he's playing point pool a little bit. He gets getting caught up and just trying to get points, whatever points he can, when he can. not concerned with running balls. John has a little break. Let me see if I can throw something on the screen here. Again, just chatting with a developer here, a straight pool deluxe. Good guy. He's willing to work with us and giving us some cool features here. It's for you guys looking to play and keep track of your progress playing straight pool. It's definitely a great app to use, scoring all your games, and it keeps all sorts of stats that you could use to improve your games. Well, he gave John 100 points, which is he spotted John 100 points.
I thought it was only 23 points. Oh, okay. That's right.
So it's 133. Chisholm only scored 33 points.
Okay,
He
I
has
got
to
you.
score 75.
I thought the spot was only like 20 something. Well, I thought I looked at it.
No, you were looking at the score that was up there earlier was from last week. Sorry, folks. A little confusion here. One of our spectators was confused with the score. That's all Mikey. Gotta love him. I think he's gonna opt to go 2 rails with left-hand English after shooting. Cue ball's gonna go 3 rails underneath the rack. Oh, I guess he didn't have enough to make it the ball. They're discussing it now on the sideline. His opponent was surprised that he didn't play the shot, but I guess he too didn't realize that he didn't have it available. Again, John's got to be very careful here because he's got a ball sitting in the pocket up there. You don't want that cue ball leaking out anywhere. At the same token, if he hits one of these balls full in the back to keep control of the cue ball, he might free something else up. No rail. That's a foul. If you'll notice, he's probably very small for you. The developer's going to work on it. Underneath John Chisholm's score is a little indicator there that says how many fouls they're on. He's going to make that a little bit bigger and move it out in the open a little bit more, because sometimes you got to know if they're going back and forth with safeties and fouls. You want to know if a guy's going to three foul. So that's a good tool for the commentator and as well as the opponent in the game. It shows on their game as well on the app. John might be a little stuck here. You can't just bunt that 4 ball out because the 6 ball is exposed coming back to the right hand pocket. And he's got to watch that he doesn't foul here too. John's a very patient player. He's not going to shoot a shot until he knows. Until he's figured it out, he's not going to shoot it. He's giving a lot of weight out every week. So he's got a big target on his back every week when he walks in the door. But that's what he wants. He wants to work hard. Some that don't know the system or what we're doing with his games might say the handicap is ridiculous, but there's a reason for it. Good shot. I think all he left open is the 9 ball, but it's risky to take it when you got that ball sitting in the pocket up table. Not sure that he has a combo out of it either. I'm not sure he might scratch too if he plays that ball up table, the 9 ball up table. Might just scratch or catch the point. Looks like he might scratch. I said, he scratched. That ball that looks on the right side there is just past the head string. So he will be able to shoot that 6 to bring him down table with ball in hand in the kitchen. Bulls is still a little cluttered up there. What is he playing down table for? Maybe that 10 ball goes to the bottom right if he could get at it. Maybe he could get between that 8 and 13 window there. Looks like he might have that 5 ball to the corner pocket. So he'll just run into the 10. Got himself roofed up a little bit. They just shoot it, let the cue ball go to the rail, then they'll have the 14 ball back to the bottom left pocket. Or that. Get a few options there. I don't know about you folks, but I need a coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I'm back. You all hear me good? Maybe he's going to draw back into the rack here. Hopefully slide down off the rack. Oh, get a different angle than I thought. Not really fortuitous on it. He got one shot out, but I don't think he's got anything after that. Unless he wants to back cut this ball up table and have the cue ball draw into the rack off them. Hold on, being called away. I'll be back. Sorry, folks, had to make a hit call there. Working double duty here. Not sure if they're having a problem over there. No, they're smiling and laughing. It's all good. I didn't see any brass knuckles come out, so they're good. Very nice shot. Hit that real clean. So, folks, next week we're going to have our division finals. So, depending on who the players are, we're going to have two guest commentators again. Johnny Boy is going to join us again for his. I think he's becoming a microphone hog, but he's enjoying doing the commentary, and we love having him. He's gonna be doing the commentary next week, and Neil Gold is going to make his return. Now that we got our microphones figured out, he's going to give it another try. So, thank you again, gentlemen. You're a great help and a great asset to the game and to the league. Somehow he has to address those three balls there. What do you think? Shoot this 14 and go attack it right away? Go one rail and run into them? He doesn't really have any insurance if he chooses to do so. I just got a message from Neil. He's saying Johnny's hogging the mic. That's all right, Neil. He'll give you your turn. He'll let you get in a word or two. All in good fun, guys. Thanks again. Sorry, folks. I'm getting attacked here on my phone. I got like a million messages. Just draw this back, maybe a foot, foot and a half. Almost parallel. Just shy of parallel. That's a good position. Parallel at a shaft's length, like they say. Current score is 131 to John Chisholm, 118 to John Walsh. John Chisholm had a 100-ball head start. Puts the handicap in the front. Carlos, I see your question in the chat. I'm not really totally sure what you're getting at. If it's anything what I said before, that when you have a secondary break, you don't want to break in the direction of other balls because you're going to tie up the balls that come open with the balls that are already there. So you look to break away from them. I hope that helped. If that's not what you were looking for, you could hit me up again, or hit me in private. Definitely a close game here. Looks like 13 ball difference in them. I was thinking that I could put the chat on the video screen itself, but I don't think I get enough activity in the chat to condone doing that. I like having as much open space as possible. I don't. It's already. I feel it's very cluttered. Um, Based on feedback I receive from a few friends. But as I learn more, maybe I'll come up with a backdrop or something, or some websites that I could download them as well. You get all sorts of plugins for graphics and all sorts of goodies. Is John going to play that combo? That's pretty much all he has. Even if he jacked up and shot over the pack at the free ball top, he wouldn't have anything coming down. So you just gotta lick your wounds and go for the shot that you're supposed to shoot. Looks like one of our games across the room ended. It appears Timmy beat Bob Gennaro's. They play in the Southern Division. Not sure of the score, but I saw them shake hands after Timmy pocketed the ball. So if the balls aren't opening up, did the right thing. He played safe. John's taking the break. extended break here. Sorry, folks. Maybe I should have a little cartoon playing or something, like an intermission. 1 second. But the last time we played, we blew them out by like 70 balls. Day to day, we don't know who's going to show up. You just, no, it's only 10. Legos is only 10. Okay. Like I said, day to day, we don't know. Just got confirmation that Timmy did win that match against Bob. The final score of that match was 100 to 68, and the handicap was actually 100 to 75. So Timmy only won by 7 balls. I guess he proved the handicaps right again. I'll be right back, folks. folks, I'm back finally. Current score, John Chisholm 142, Johnny Walsh 121. Both players are playing to 175. Is he trying to kick that ball in? He's going to try to attack the rack. Just put it back together. That's almost comical when that happens. Now he'll just play safe against the side of the rack. 2 balls should come out. Well, a few more than that, but pretty well protected. That's the no-brainer safe. Looks like John's going to play safe. Thinning the ball and heading up towards the top left pocket. Being careful not to scratch as long as he gets some pass parallel with that ball. He should be leaving a tough shot at that 8 ball. It's either the 8 or the 7. Even better, he just tied it up. Great shot. John's in a tough spot here because he frees up anything. He knows Johnny is more than capable of getting out. It's a hard save and it's a hard shot. I don't think he did very good. You try to hold this ball, or do you slide underneath and play for the 1 in the back bottom right pocket? Sorry to the guys that hear me talking during their matches. In close proximity to another match here, they're looking at me while I'm talking to you guys. Got a little steep on this. Bad break. Shooting that ball at the rail, you thought it would have taken off more because of the angle he had. Just trying to break up those balls. Kind of running out of time here to break open those balls. He's got to do something. He'll probably shoot this ball up top and then play the 6 ball coming back down. And he tried to force an angle that he didn't have. Trying to get good for an angle to break out those 3 balls. So Johnny's going to act. He's got to act now because he doesn't have a lot of time left. So. Again, Johnny showing his multi-handed, multilingual shooting skills. Playing the combo to free open those 2 balls. Wow. Wow. That ball's a little bit deeper than he thought it was. I call that shot the runaway shot. It seems that you're hitting the ball so easy with shots like that the ball just takes off. Because you're hitting so little of the object ball. There's so many options here. I said the ball on the left is the better break shot, but he did neither. Bob Gennaro's over here breaking my balls. As usual. that scratch. That's the last thing that crosses your mind on that shot. Good shot. You hit that one good. Uh-oh. Do you shoot the one and go into them, or do you try to hold? I think he's got to play a little aggressive. So last time he tried something similar, it went awry. So I think that being said, I think he's got to be a little aggressive here. You just got to watch you don't scratch off the bottom of the cluster. They had potential. You can call me crazy, but I almost called it right. Nice smooth stroke. So I think now he shoots that 5 and he goes up into the balls. He hits that 14. He should have the 8 ball in the corner if he plays it, you know, medium speed. But he got aggressive to the payoff. He's got the 6 in the 6 across table into the side pocket. He's checking if balls go. He's looking out for what's available after this. I know that sound. I know that sound very well. I think John, he's on a mission now. I think he might look to run out here. He's had enough. Slight problem with those 2 balls he was looking at. The 8 ball was at the, I don't know what 2 balls those are there. Those 2 balls on the bottom, and they're really concerning him. I mean, you got shots that go into him. It's just when do you do it? Because it's not everything's not open here, so you got to be careful. He's looking to get high on that 14. Maybe he's going to go into it after shooting the 14. See how if he shoots the 14 now, the cue ball should travel downward. And he'll have protections going back to the side pocket after bumping into one of these. Good shot. I would just let this ball run. Just shoot it into the corner, go 2 or 3 rails just to reset yourself a little bit. Give yourself a chance to breathe a little bit. Preferably, you like to shoot that 9 on the side now, but he's got a little bit of an angle on it. You can shoot it, draw over to the long rail, to the left long rail, and then back out for the other ball in the opposite side pocket. But I don't like leaving that ball out after this either. So you shoot one of these now, you got to shoot the other one. They both pass the side pocket. Roll right down, play the ball that's near the spot, and use that fall ball as the key ball. It actually has 2 break shots right now. So he has options depending on how good he falls on this ball for the side pocket for the that's on the spot. So he's just going to roll forward and play that ball back to the left side pocket. That's what he's looking at now. John Walsh 136, John Chisholm 153. John needs 39 more, and John Chisholm needs 22 more. What do you think? Draw this back, warp speed. Cue ball shoots over to the left long rail and back out. Or do you do Thorsten and draw it straight back to the short rail up table? He played super conservative on that. Rightfully so when his opponent only needs 22. Ooh. Almost got stuck there. If it was me, I would have been stuck. Looks like he's going to draw. He's going to play the ball on the rail and draw back into those 3 balls there. It's amazing. I don't think he has a shot. Yeah, guys, feel free to hit me up in the chat. You have any questions about the league, about the game, or anything in general about straight pool. Even if it's not related to this game, I'll try and help you out. I'm all about growing the game. You just go 1 rail back and shoot the 8 ball. I do notice he doesn't really have a good break shot here. The 8 ball is a little low and it is far away from the rack, so he has to get real good on that. But that 8 ball is a key ball to the 6 that's underneath the rack. So if that 6 is clear of the rack, that might be the break ball for your next rack. He should be able to go through the rest of these balls without moving that 6 ball. He's got enough lanes open. Like if you pay attention here, he's gonna go down the staircase. They call this. He's gonna work his way down, sliding left to right. They call it going downstairs. Look how just delicately just popping the balls off one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. It's a lost art. And now he could play the 7. He could go back for the ball in the side pocket and then come back down for the 9, get for the 6. Which I think I shoot that 14 up table right now, then play for the 1, then pop over for the 8. This works too, but I think I would rather shoot that 14 while I was on it. Why play position when you have the position already, you know? Just roll forward a half a foot. Just past parallel. Now he'll shoot this and he'll go forward through 2 or 3 cushions out towards the middle of the table. Again, I don't see him blasting this shot. You don't really have to because you'll get 2 or 3 available shots that you could use to get back into the balls again. Again, he should be going forward with right-hand English on this shot. If the ball was over another ball's distance, he may be able to use left-hand English because he's not hitting a heavy part of the rack. I think he got stuck. That's why that bottom break shot it's such a gamble. I think you gotta bite the bullet and play safe here. Maybe you bank that 8 ball out and you stick to the side of those 4 balls that are sitting there. He must have heard me there. That's exactly what I meant there. He gave him sight on that ball. Looks like that 6 ball that's sitting there with those 3 balls close to the left rail. He might have sight on one of those. I don't think anything there goes. Ballsy shot. Ballsy shot. Guys, can you go behind the chairs here, please? Sorry that we had a parade of customers walking through the pool room. And Alright, just got one more problem to solve. Those two balls on the rail over there on the right side. Gotta watch you don't bump this ball into the problem over there. Wow, way overcut that ball. John knows what he has to do now. It's getting entirely too close now. Just trying to preserve that ball as the break ball that he's shooting past now. You go up after that 10 ball on the right rail up top. Or this. This works too. Slide over for the ball on the rail. It's all angles, folks. You gotta leave yourself an angle. So you definitely gotta plan ahead. Play the 10 and the 3 ball, both in the same pocket there, and then play for the 8 as the key ball. Slide over a bit, maybe about 10 inches. Give yourself enough of an angle to come back off, a return angle off. Not too steep, but just enough angle. So maybe like 10 inches or so here. As they say, the rails are your friends, and he used them. Current score is 159 to 158 in favor of John Chisholm. got out of it. He got out of it. He's got a shot. He's going to do some damage now. John needs 17 from the start of this rack. So he'll need this rack plus 3. Keeps on flirting with danger. Gotta be careful here. Good shot. Roll forward here, and now he's going to cut this ball in, and he'll go through those 2 balls and run into those middle 2 balls, and that of those 4 balls that are in the middle there. Not exactly his plan, but you might see at one point that he's going to shoot that 9 ball and go 1 or 2 rails and back down table. On coming down the left side, he'll play a combo on those 2 balls, maybe. Or if he overruns the combo, he might have the bottom ball in the combo on its own. That's one option on how to get over there. Okay, maybe he shoots the 8 in the side, he rolls forward for the combo, or like I said before, position on the bottom ball in that combo on its own. Okay, so it looks like he cleaned up a little bit to give himself easy access for that 1 ball after shooting either the combo or that single ball. Draw straight back for it. He might go after the 8 ball after this on that right rail. Got too much of an angle to try and play for the 1. Nice clean shot out there. Nice stroke he put on that ball. Use 2 rails here. Go across twice. Long rail into the middle of the table. Okay. And swing 2 rails underneath the break ball. Come to right where the cue ball is now. A little hard, but he's coming down the home stretch. He only needs 3, and he knows it. Believe me, he knows what he needs. He's seeing the landing lights on the runway. Air Walsh making a landing. Nice and smooth. Don't overdo this. You only need 2 balls after this break shot. Don't overdo it. So you just got to control your emotions here. Just nice, smooth stroke. Should be all right. Okay. He's got the 8 ball. Does he have that ball? He's going to go back and forth 2 rails and play for the 8 ball as game ball. Okay. Or 1 rail. There's one of the ways counting. This is game ball. That was it. Great game. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Thanks again to our sponsors, Massey Apparel, In the Box Apparel, Bayshore Billiards, Scenic Landscape Design, McDaniel Electric Motor Repair, Scenic Landscape Design, Straight Pool Deluxe Scoring App, and CM3D Printing Services. All right, folks. Thanks again. Johnny Walsh wins at a score of 175 to 159. He's moving on to the division finals. Great job. See you all next week. Thank you.